review. They have table of contents and just, of course, different books that are on the bestsellers list. Unstoppable. It's a book about the Holocaust. I'm sure that's an amazing story. And then a book on Juneteenth. That looks really, really interesting too. Poetry. You know, it's actually one thing I do like. I like poetry, and nonfiction is two of my favorites. I used to be a voracious book reader. I'm not so much anymore. I read. I like to listen to books, but I don't know. I have to come across something that interests me and then I read it. But I'm always working on a couple different books. I do know this poet, Paul Laurence Dunbar. An amazing Black American poet, man. So, it's the only one I know on that one. And then, of course, it has, different. Oh, this is an interview with Katie Tur, an NBC News correspondent. Alpha. I wonder what that's about. A searing tale of power, justice, and the price of loyalty. Oh, about Navy SEALs. I keep reading it and thinking like, okay, what does that mean? Maine. It's beautiful. Maine's a beautiful place, you guys. In the U.S. So this is a book that's out called Translating Myself and Others. And then this is a book that's out called The Hotel Nantucket. I don't know, I guess I could read something that would... The End of Democracy. Squish, squish, squish. And then Sentimentalizing Slavery. My old Kentucky home. About an American song. Sandbar, 100 Years of History and Queer Life on New York's Fire Island. Beautiful Fire Island in New York. This picture was taken in 1946 of James Stern and W.H. Auden, two writers. Wow, I love that. I should probably read that. research shows how their formerly enslaved guide is one of the story's true heroes. Okay. Sometimes when you read these, they don't really make any sense. The poems, let's see, The Hurting Kind by Ada Limon. A collection of her sixth, Limon confronts nature's unwillingness to yield its secrets. Ooh, that sounds dark and foreboding. And then hardcover, and then audio, bestsellers too. That makes sense, I guess. Paperback row. Last Call. Cuba. Nuestra America. Secrets of Happiness. What Strange Paradise. And Sexual Justice. Okay, this is the short list. Let's see what, maybe I'll read one of these. Let's see. I'll read Mother Country by Jacinda Townsend. Two women separated by geography, class, and culture are unexpectedly brought together in Townsend's compassionate, exquisitely written second novel. Shannon, a 28-year-old African-American woman whose life has been rearranged by a car accident, finds herself in Morocco, accompanying her new husband, Vlad, on an emerging project, her imperfect, hasty marriage. We learn provides financial and emotional security following years of overwhelming student and medical debt, a troubled relationship with her parents, and chronic pain. In the city of Essoria, Shannon wanders the Medina as a woman of means, but she knows that without a child, an impossibility after the car accident, her newfound stability could founder. When she encounters a girl of around 3 who seemed alone at the market, she presumes the child is abandoned, buys her ice cream, and brings her back to her hotel, and then home with the couple to Kentucky. The girl Shannon names Marty is really you, the daughter of Sora, a Mediterranean teenager who has been trafficked, enslaved, and once free, subjected to colorism and sexual exploitation. As an undocumented migrant in Morocco, she must stay quiet, perfectly quiet, about her daughter's disappearance and find a way to pick up the pieces of her life. While both women live in their own versions of precariousness, forced to rely on their bodies for livelihoods, Townsend's observations of Americans' colonialism entitled Abroad is damning. Shannon feels her connection to the African continent, the motherland. After all, she says when she looks at this small girl, she could have come from her own barren body. But of course, by stealing Sawyer's child, she is enacting yet another harrowing injustice upon the helpless teenager. If the abduction itself feels less persuasive than it might, the novel's strength lies in the wrenching fallout for Shannon, Sora, and you, the child who joins their fates. The cover, the ever-changing hues of motherhood and daughterhood, their gifts and losses for each woman and girl are brought to life in the author's precise, sensuous prose. Townsend is most eloquent when writing about Sora's grief, the despair of her empty arms rendered unforgettably in language at once tender and brutal. Well, that sounds really gripping and quite sad, but I bet really beautifully written. See what else I'm